Today, July 3rd, is the feast of St. Thomas the Apostle, the famous doubting Thomas who says resolutely when he hears that the risen Christ has appeared to his fellow apostles, "I will never believe unless I can touch his wounds, put my fingers into the nail marks, and put my hand into his side. I will not believe." Jesus takes Thomas' words as a challenge, I think, because he shows up the next Sunday. Thomas is in the room with the other apostles and pretty much says, "Come here, Thomas, touch my wounds, put your hands into my side." There's that beautiful portrait by Caravaggio of Jesus leading the trembling hand of Thomas into Jesus' wound in his side. And we see there that moment of transformation where Thomas realizes, this is the same Jesus I knew in this life. This man who was crucified, this man who I betrayed by running away from the cross, has been raised from the dead and is back with us. And yet he's mysteriously still wounded. We can ask ourselves, why do those crucified wounds stubbornly remain after the resurrection? Certainly the great power that raised Jesus from the dead could heal a few nail marks and a spear gash, and yet they're there. Are they not wounds of victory for us? Do they not show us that the triumph of God's power and mercy has overcome the hatred, sin, and cruelty of this world? That when we dare to touch the wounds of Christ, we encounter the mercy of God. That when the soldier cast the spear into the side of Christ, what came out? Not retribution, not divine wrath, not punishment. What came out was blood and water, this torrent of mercy, a symbol of the sacraments. So we are graced to touch the wounds of Christ when we dare to touch the wounds of other people, when we love them, when we listen to them, when we help them with their problems, when we carry them in their difficulties, when we share compassion and mercy. In those moments, are we not touching the wounds of Christ himself? That was certainly the secret of the spirituality of Mother Teresa, who would say that when she and her sisters loved and served the poor, they were literally touching Christ in his distressing disguise. The great secret of all the saints is they were able to literally see Christ in all the people they met. May that be said of us, that as Thomas came to faith by touching the wounds, so too we courageously touch the wounds of Christ in the sacraments, in that torrent of mercy, but also by being willing servants of love and mercy and charity to those around us.